Hey everybody, welcome back. So in this video, I am going to unbox, test, and review the Avapow Model A58 jump starter and power bank. I bought this with my own money because we're getting into 100-degree temperature ranges here in Arizona, and batteries can fail in a heartbeat here. Sometimes it does it when it first gets hot, sometimes it does it on the first cold day, but you get no warning when they go. Not like it was when I lived in Seattle. A battery could give you weeks, even months notice that it was failing slowly day by day. But here, it's fine one day, bam, garbage the next. And I don't want to sit out in 110-degree weather while I wait for somebody to come jumpstart me. So my old one's a couple years old. It won't start the car anymore. So I bought this. This one has 4,000 cranking amps, which you think would be fine. I just got paint all over my stinking fingers and all over the box. Look at that, because I have been painting my house and I am a total slob when it comes to paint. So I am going to move that over there. Let's put this towel down, which is probably also soaked in paint. All right. Never a dull moment around here, is there? All right, let's get this thing out of the box, take a look at it, and then we'll get it charged up and we'll give it a try. I got my straight six in my Jeep to test it on, and I've got the V8 in my wife's Cadillac. We can give it a test on, and hopefully we'll figure out all we need to know about it by then. One of those little mini chainsaws to open. Oh, it comes in a little case. I kind of didn't know that was, and these are on sale at Walmart right now. And I'll put a link below. This is the 4,000 amp model. I paid, I think, 59 bucks for it, something like that. And the 3,000 and 1,500 are even less. I tend to get more than I think I'm going to get. Gray paint on that too. I think I always get more than I think I'm going to need, because these companies tend to overstate the power of their devices anymore. So inside the box, there's our little box. Get out of there. Oh, those are some nice big clamps. Oh, that's pretty impressive. Those are way bigger than the ones on my old one were about half that size. Where are they? I cut those off to save them to use later. Are they still around here somewhere? Here they are here. Here are the ones that are on my old jump starter. My old Britec. Look at the difference. And I mean, this thing worked good while the battery was... This is the kind of day I'm having. Anyway, that's the difference between the new ones and the ones that came with the Britec. And these were always fine. These are nice. They're nice, big, thick, considerably heavier gauge wire than these were. This is also supposed to be automatic. The one that was on the Britec, there was a button you had to push, and it was inset, and I could never push it with my fingers. It used to piss me off. There's a little USB-C cable. Here is the unit itself. And let's see if it has any. Oh, it says it's fully charged. I'll be darned. Well, you know what? I'm going to charge it anyway. It's got a flashlight on it. Here's a little flapper door. Under the flapper door, we have, what is that? We have two USBs, one that has the blue center plastic and one that has the black center plastic. And then we have a USB-C. Under here, we have the power button and button that lights up to tell you how good it is. That doesn't do anything. We have a barrel jack receptacle there, probably for charging. And there it says model A58, start voltage 12 volts, peak current 4,000, input 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps, or 12 volts at 1.5 amps. DC output 12 volts at 10 amps, output 1, 5 volts 3, 9 volts 2, 12 volts 1.5, output 2 is 5 volts 2.4. So whatever that all means, there it is. And then here's another little flapper under here. And what do we have under there? That's where the little jump start box plugs in. All right. They don't appear. Is that all they gave me? There is no car charger That appears to be all that's in there except for some instructions. Let's take a look at the instructions. What's in the box? Avapow 858 jump starter, intelligent battery clamps with starter cable, high quality type C cable, cigarette lighter converter, jump starter carry case, user friendly manual. I want to know how to charge it. Charge with an AC adapter. AC adapter is not included. Well, I've got a universal one, so that's kind of annoying, I think. Charge with a car charger. Note, the car cigarette lighter is not included in the package. All right, so there's two ways that you can charge that they didn't give you the means to do it with. Let's take a look at, there's a little flashlight in the end. We could take a look at that. I think you hold the power button down to make the flashlight come on, and then it can go into its normal on all the time, to blinking an SOS, and then strobing, which I guess is minimally handy for something you're going to keep in your car. And I wonder if you can charge it via the USB-C cable. Of course, you'd still need a charger for that. Anyway, I'm going to experiment with charging it, and we'll get back and I'll let you know what I figured out. Okay, so I may have jumped the gun a bit when I said they provided no way to charge it. There is, on this little flap here, you can clearly see it says USB-C in, and they did provide you with a USB-C cable. So if you've got a USB charger, phone charger in your car, and who doesn't, or in your house, and again, who doesn't, you can charge it through this USB port with this little foot-long supplied cable, and you probably got boatloads of USB-C cables. I know I'm damn near swimming in the things half the time. So anyway, let's go out and let's see if it'll start my Jeep up with the battery disconnected. I was going to try it on my wife's Cadillac too, then I keep forgetting that the battery in that car is under the back seat, and I'm way too lazy to pull the back seat out of that thing just to test this for this video. So let's go test it on my Jeep. Okay, I was trying to do this on my Jeep Grand Cherokee, but I kept setting the alarm off and it kept pissing me off. So I thought, you know what? I got a vehicle that doesn't have any of that crap on it, so let's just go test it on that. I've got the HEI distributor unplugged, but if we look at the temperature of it, temperature's 84 degrees out, and it's an 85-degree day. So this little unit here, it's supposed to be smart, which means it's supposed to know when you're connected it and turn on. But with the battery disconnected, if I connect the clamp, and you see this blue light down here, when it turns on, that blue light turns green. So it's not smart enough to know that I'm trying to start the car directly from this with no battery connected. So to get it to do that, I have to temporarily fool it by touching the battery terminal to the battery with the clamp connected, and then it will turn on, and you'll see it turn green when I do that. There we go, turned green. But the problem is, as soon as I disconnect it to try, it only stays on for about 3 or 4 seconds. So to get this to work, I have to turn the ignition on to put some kind of a draw on it. I mean, it's not like this is something you'd be doing in real life. But if I turn the ignition on, that'll make the fuel pump run, and that'll be enough of a draw to keep it on so that we can do this test. And we can see if it will actually crank a stone cold motor with a stone dead battery or no battery at all. So I'm going to touch it. The fuel pump will start. There we go right there. The smart thing has turned on. We're completely not touching the battery anymore. And for some reason like this, it's not the fuel pump isn't shutting off like it would normally. Probably because I have the distributor unplugged. And here we go. So that actually cranks the battery. That actually cranks the engine faster than the real battery does. Now this thing also has some kind of alarm that turns on. It says LC, whatever that means. When it pulls too much power from it, or it cranks too long and doesn't start. I'll have to look at the manual and see what that is. But I think we can reset that just by disconnecting it. Maybe not. How about if we just pull that? Here we go. I'm still showing 4 bars of charge. Let's plug it back in. Well, another thing that's really annoying besides these stupid short cables is these stupid rubber covers that are always in your way. Okay, we are back on. Let's try it one more time. I think I turned the ignition off. Let me go turn the ignition back on. Like I say, in order to fool it, there has to be some kind of a draw. There we go, ignition's back on. We'll touch it again. That should turn a screen and start the fuel pump. Okay, it does. Let's see if it'll crank for a little bit more. And it cut out again, which not sure why it's doing that. I'm going to have to look at the manual, but it sure cranks it nice and fast. I'd have no doubt that this engine would easily start being cranked that fast. Let me crank it with the battery, and this battery's had a float charger on it. It's fully charged. Let me show you about how fast it cranks with the real fully charged battery. Maybe about the same. I think the jumper cranks it faster. Let me grab the manual and see if I can determine why it was cutting out like that. But it certainly cranked it long enough to start it. Okay, I'm back inside out of the sun where I can actually see something. And it says input low capacity protection. That's what that light, that little light that came on with the LC letters next to it means. When it is detected that the power of the EC5 port is lower than 14 volts, there is no output at this time. The LC red light stays on and beep long alarm sound. And it says, please charge the jump starter. And the jump starter still shows all 5 lights of charge. So it was probably just because I was trying to do it without any battery at all cranking. But nonetheless, even after it came on once, I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it cranked it super fast again. Cranks it faster than the 12-volt battery, the car battery does. So, what do I think of this? Well, you know, these things have been reviewed a number of times over the past year or so. I think I first saw it over on Wrenching with Kenny. I like the way he thinks and I like the way he works. But I first saw this over on his site, and he had the 3,000 amp version. This is the 4,000, and he was cranking his truck engine with it, and it cranked it without a problem. So I think it'll work fine for me for what I want it for. And also, you know, it worked fine for making this video. So that alone made it worthwhile for me to get. They're on sale right now. These were normally about 99 or 119 bucks, something like that. And they were on sale at Walmart. I think the 3,000 amp version was 59 and this 4,000 was 69. There is a 6,000, but it was another 30 bucks on top of this one, and I didn't really feel that I needed it to crank over my 6-cylinder Jeep engine. Things I would improve, I'd make these damn wires a foot longer. If this were something I would use on a regular basis, I would have to lengthen them. I would not be able to put up with that. That's just too annoying for words. But for something I might use once a year and may never actually use at all, I can live with the annoyance. That's not that bad. The other thing I could change, I probably would make the case a little bit bigger so I don't have to fight to get it back in, and I would probably put a real cigarette lighter charger in with it. But you know what? I've got a USB charger in my car for phones and tablets, so that's not a big deal. Anyway, for the price, I recommend this. It seems to work well, and you know, it cranks it really fast. So I'm glad to have this. This is just going to be an emergency thing in my vehicle. And I hope you got something out of this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.